Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the U.S. National Parks Cantrell Country Travelway Show, where we talk about travel around the country, discussing national parks, historical sites, historical parks, national monuments, and things like that. Today, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite times of history. Is definitely during the 1800s, when a lot of things in. Welcome in. I am David Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. If you are looking to travel and you need to make reservations or plan a trip, please reach out to me. If you'll check the description of the videos, you will find the links to how to find me and reach out to me. Particularly through click on the travel agent profile later thing. That will definitely give you the links to either call me or email me, and we will talk and we will get you the magical vacation that you want to deserve. But welcome in, everybody, to those that are coming in. Thank you for being here. Again, this is a show where we do talk about the different national parks, and over the last several weeks since I've been doing the show, we have covered the Yosemite Valley National Park. We've covered the Yellowstone National Park. We've covered Gettysburg. We did talked about Gatlinburg, I believe. So, but there's so much more to discover in this country, and to me, when you're traveling, it's not just about going to, depending on what type of trip you want, whether it be maybe a learning type of vacation or a relaxing type of vacation, a little mixture of an adventure type of vacation. You can find that across the country. You can travel to different places around the world that have unique histories and things like that. I do specialize in the domestic traveling, but I do track out towards Europe and Asia, Australia, Hawaii, Alaska, South America. So if you're looking to travel to any of those parts and you're looking to help create an itinerary or a magical vacation, you can reach out to me for all that. So let's get started, and we are going to talk about what I'm about to show you is one of my favorite spots that I have not been to, but I do want to go to, and which is the Alamo. Obviously, we know how important the Alamo played in the part of the freedom of Texas from Mexico during the Mexican War in the 1830s. And I do believe they used the Alamo around 1836, I believe. You might learn a little bit more about that as we think. I'm just trying to go based on memory of what I do know. We do know it is in San Antonio. It was pretty much by the Alamo defenders of 120 Texans versus 5,000 Mexican soldiers under Santa Anna, who was the ruler of Mexico at the time, because he was trying to chase out the Texans out of the Texas to make sure it stayed part of Mexico. And obviously, you know how that ended. The state of Texas we ended up winning that war. Texas became a state in about the 1840s. I think it was around the 36th state, maybe. Not sure. Might have been something like that. I'm not sure what the number was, but about 1840 something, it actually became a state for the United States. But we're going to look at it and visit it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, reach out to me, put them in the chat. And again, hopefully we'll get some people in the chat. Please feel free to say hello in the chat. And here we go. We are going to visit the Alamo. Obviously, you see some reenactments right there about the Alamo. Again, it's just a small space in what is now one of the big cities in Texas of San Antonio. At that point, it would have been just a small village, and what the defenders used was actually just some small church that had been abandoned over time, but they used it to slow down Santa Anna for General Houston to rally the Texans and get the army more prepared to take on Santa Anna, which then ended the Mexican War with his capture and him signing a peace treaty and surrendering Texas over to the United States, at which point it became a U.S. territory. And then again, late 1840s, somewhere in there, not sure exact when, but late 1840s, somewhere around there, it became a state. So now we're going to look at Mary Carroll. Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here tonight. Hello to Adam, Blake, and Reba. I hope you guys are all doing good. I am doing fine. Meow, meow, meow. But welcome in. Welcome in. Hopefully we'll get some more people to come in a little bit. But we are looking at the Alamo. All right. Let's start with, what is the Alamo? What is the Alamo? Or in this case, what's at the Alamo? Here you have the Alamo Church. You've got the Alamo Church. It's a shrine to liberty. It was, obviously, again, it's a recognizable structure. Originally a Spanish mission church from 1755 to 1793. Later played a vital role. See, how well do I know my history? 1836, the Battle of the Alamo, which traces the battle, still exists, but changes to the structure reflect its role as the U.S. quartermaster depot warehouse and eventually a memorial to the Alamo defenders. Alamo Church is free, to tour. If you do go to San Antonio, you'll get to see the church walls and church roof. And again, some of the has been changed because it was at one time also an Army depot. So you will see the reflection as time gone on. You'll see the reflections of those changes throughout the years, but you will still see, again, like they said, you'll see elements of the battle of the thing. Okay. What you also will see, you'll see the palisade. And what you see here is the palisade, which is the fence wall. In this case, this is a replica of a small fence that was part of the church that, according to history and that, they suspected that's where that was the area that Davy Crockett, to all of us, helped defend the Alamo, in which he was killed at in 1836. It is in the, so like I said, it's an interpretation of the fence, like there was fortification, battlefield, and it kind of gives you the location of where some of that battlefield was in San Antonio. It features a vertical cedar post that would have been used in 1836, a ramp made of hardwood, decking planks with wood railings according to accessibility. But then again, you would see that thing. Welcome into all those coming in. Please feel free to say hi. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Enjoy the show. If you do see what you like, this is what I do every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I do different travel shows where we look at different things and I'll talk about a little bit more about that, guys, a little bit. But if you are new to my channel and hang around and you're looking to, again, for those that might be new and who may be just ninja watching, I am David Cantrell, the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway, which is my company. I help people plan or make reservations, help planning trips that you might have already planned and you need help making reservations, or I can help plan a trip or cruises to anywhere around the world, including domestic. I do like my domestic travel, but I do anything around the world. So please reach out to me. You'll find the links in the description of the video. So with that, so again, as you're looking at that, you'll see like an old replica of the cannon that they would have used, that the smaller cannons that they would have used. I think they said they had a few smaller cannons and one cannon that fired a 6-pounder, but that was more on the wall, the upper walls of the Alamo. And of course, then you'll have your maps of what the things look like and all that. So that's the Palisade. Let me see. You will get to see a Alamo film, which is 900. It covers a 17-minute film that covers the 300-year history of the Alamo. So again, these are some things that you can actually look at doing. We will be looking at the tours and things like that. I may turn this into a, it actually may turn into a couple of weeks so we can cover back. Here you got the Long Barracks. Yeah, the barracks is where it is the oldest building on the Alamo Historic Site. It does date back to 1724 to the site's origin as a mission Antonio del Valero. Hello, Debbie. If you'd like to come in and join me, you're more than welcome. I can send you the link. But yes, it is the oldest part of the originally constructed as a 2-story convento. A building served as the quarters and offices of the Spanish missionaries there in 1836. It served as many as members of the Alamo's garrison withdrew into this building where they made a last stand. And over the years, again, the building's limestone walls have undergone many changes. Again, you got to think through the years. Again, at some point it was also an army depot. So again, you'll still see remnants of the old Alamo of 1836, but you will see, and in fact, if you'll see right where I'm reading here, it says in the late 1840s, the U.S. installed a gable roof on the building during their occupation, as well as adding exterior stairwells to the upper floors. In the 1880s, the walls of the convento were incorporated into honor Gonette's general store and were converted within frames, walkways. Okay, Debbie. I hope you're feeling better, though. I know. I hope you're feeling good today, and I hope you're getting rest. So it is good to have you in here. But it's nice to see everybody who's watching, and thank you for those that are watching. Ninja watching. You guys are just important as much. Jason Thibodeau, welcome in, buddy. Hello, hello, hello. The upper portion of the remaining exterior was torn down in 1913 during the debate over the interpretation of the Alamo. I mean, obviously, you guys, anybody that's a history buff has heard all about the rumors that, well, Davy Crockett was killed at the Alamo, which was a fact. You know, most of the evidence I've seen, you can't debate that he was not there, that he was killed at the Alamo, though there have been rumors to say there's evidence around that says he survived and was killed maybe later by the Mexicans, a few days after the battle. But again, there was still the best because the west wall is original. The two inner walls were reconstructed in 1913, 1916 to assume that the walls all bear directly on the ground. A recent archaeological investigation on the southwest corner of the building confirmed that the inner wall is constructed on the historical foundation. So at least one of the walls there are still built on the so some of it has been redone, some of it has been things. So, and that is your thing. Now, I'm glad you're doing okay, Mary or Debbie. But thank you all for coming in. They do now, like I said, you know, we already taken a look at the palisade, which is the fence wall that is a replica of fence wall that was part of the original Spanish missionary. Now, this is a copy of the iconic 16-pound cannon from the Battle of the Alamo. Is on the display inside the Ralston Family Collection Center. The cannon was disabled and buried by the Mexican Army after the battle. Years later, it was discovered by the Maverick family and later given to the Alamo. Obviously, the history of the cannon was that it was Spanish soldiers saved the 18th century cannon from a shipwreck in Matagorda Bay. From a ship off the Texas coast in 1817. It was brought to San Antonio, where it was later captured by the Texan forces during the siege in the Battle of Bexar in 1835. The following year, the Texans used the cannon at the Battle of Alamo, and it was found buried near the present-day intersection of Houston and Alamo Streets. So, again, this is the actual 16-pound cannon that they had used. Turned out, because they did have several smaller cannons that they used on the lower levels. The 16-pound cannons was used on the upper part of the missionary, but it was the biggest and the heaviest of all the cannons, and it fired the heaviest of the poundage balls that of that time of era and day. I mean, here we can take a look at the map. Now, if you look at it, this is the maps in the grounds of the Alamo. Here you got the original Alamo Church. There you've got the long barracks. There is the convent courtyard. There is the cavalry courtyard. So you can see how big actually this. Jill Walbrook. Hey, Jill, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So as you see, you can actually see how good this, how big this actually is. I mean, obviously there's the Mission Gate in Louette, and I don't know if that's actually part of the mission, but but you can see how actual this is the big battle. So you would figure the barracks is part of the original missionary. The Alamo Church is part of the missionary, and the palisade was right here. So you would have had a wall that would have gone around this area here, and then the rest of the missionary would have been defended by the walls and upper second things and down around there. Give or take, I would love to see what the old. I wish they had an old map of what the original missionary looked like, but this is what it does look like today. Now, see how this was acquired many years later as it became a memorial and things like that. And of course, this is a collection that you would see things. Now, obviously, you would see updated walls going out this way, but I can guarantee you this would all have been part of the original battlefield. most of this would have been open field except what you saw here, which not the gift shop, but the Alamo Church, the Long Barracks, these courtyards, and the replica palisade like they have in, if you've ever been to St. Augustine and you saw the wooden walls, if you go down one of the roads, you would see where they had outer defenses, and you would have saw where the fences, they have replicas in certain spots of the fences and lookout posts and with cannons where to defend the city, because they would have had a small wall going around all the way around the city of the old part of the city of St. Augustine, in Florida, which would have been held by the Spaniards at that point. And then after Spain sold Florida English, then the English would have held it. So that's why it's an interesting history with the architects as far as St. Augustine. Guys, if you got any questions, if I'll try to answer them, but please feel free to put questions in there if you do, or let me know if you're in. Let me know. I'm hoping you guys are finding this interesting. But it is some interesting things to see if you ever do go to San Antonio, or if you've been there. If you've been there, let me know. I'm curious to see if has anybody in the chat ever been to San Antonio and have taken a tour of the Alamo. But I do hope everybody is having a great Monday, start of the week. Okay, you have, Jason. I mean, is it as interesting as it looks? Okay, Debbie has. Okay. Is it as interesting as it looks? Because it really does look interesting. And I've always had a history on the early history of the country, all the way from, some of the influential people like Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett. I was outside of Thomas Jefferson, Adam Samuel Adams, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin. Besides them, that's what I was hoping one of you guys would say. I mean, because I know parts of it are still. It's interesting what I found, and that really. So it's close to a lot of hotels down in San Antonio. Yeah, if you look back at the map, let me go back to the map for a second. Let me go back. Let me go back to exhibit mural. If you go back to the only thing that I can actually see that's part of the original would be all this would have been acquired years later, but up to the time of 1836 when the battle took place, all this would have been open field. All this. You wouldn't have had, this wouldn't have been there. I mean, you had to take a look at what it looked like. Wow. Awesome. Because the only thing that I actually would see that's the original is the Alamo Church, the convent courtyard, the Calvary courtyard. They replaced the Pulsadio wall. I would assume probably would have come out here, and I don't know how far it would have come out, but I'm sure it would have probably went this way. So maybe this part might be part of the original ground, and all this might have been part of the original ground, minus the walls that are right there, I'm assuming. before Ozzie pulled his stint. Well, I don't know about Ozzie being at the stint, but I do know that the only original property that's probably left is the Long Barracks, the Alamo Church, and the 2 courtyards. Um, okay, so obviously you've got February 26th. This is one of the houses that must have been. So they actually have one of the houses owned by the people that defended the Alamo. The 18-pounder cannon was cast in. Travis ordered his men to fire the 18-pound cannon from the southwest corner of the Alamo encampment in response to General Santos' offer to surrender, and that actually is what bounded. We do know that. Here comes to life with a replica of the canyon that was fired at Southwest. Fired in 1830 to tell Santa Anna, heck no, we ain't surrendering. The Alamo defender Jose Toribio Losaya, who was born in the Alamo in 1808, died defending in 1830. So his house was part of on the corner, if I'm reading this right, with the exhibit in the southwest corner of the original Alamo compound, the very location of the Lozoya house in 1836, visitors will be able to understand. So I'm assuming what I'm looking at, if I was looking at the map, at the southwest corner is pretty close to where the house stood, and he was used. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Joe. Well, that's the interesting history about the Alamo. Most historians say that all the Alamo people were killed on the day of the battle, the final day of the battle. We do know that they were able to hold out 10 to 12 days against Santa Anna. And yeah, they didn't mark them. But what is interesting is that now now you got these theories out there that Davy Crockett and like 4 others might have survived the actual battle and were later killed a few days later by the Mexicans. So it's a lot of for a small battle that had a big influence on the independence of Texas. It played a major role in that part of the history of the United States for as far as the independence of Texas, and it really is weird. Yeah, there usually is a museum with lots of guns and armament when it comes to if it was used as a military factor. And I don't know if we can see. Let's see if we can take a look at it. This is actually a cam. There's actually what the church looks like. This is a cam view. This is actually a cam view of the church. Yes, we do know that. Yeah, there were women and children. They let the women and children go out, go free. Only the men and only the defenders of the Alamo. But that's the old Alamo church was. And again, this is the garden courtyard, and in the courtyard, as you're looking at it, would have been off to the left would have been the cavalry courtyard. The barracks would have been down here a little ways. The palisade would have been over to the right side of the picture, out of the picture. Probably a chicken. But anyways, yeah. So that actually is the cam of the thing. Now here's what I want to see. I want to see how many different types of cannons they use. Okay, so they got replicas of the real. Okay, so the cannons you do get to see there are the real cannons, are real artifact cannons that were used at the Battle of the Alamo. I'm not saying these cannons were used there, but they are real deal. They are a real deal, genuine historic artifacts, not replicas of the guns that were used. So they, again, most of them were 8 to 10 pound fire cannons. The largest of them was the 16-pound cannon that they had. That, like we said, they fired out of the southwest corner of the Alamo. Okay, so yeah, so you would actually, so these are the cannons that were used, so you would see damage to them. Really, I didn't know that, Joe. On the Survivor, that wouldn't be surprising. Um, but you know the thing about it is, and here you got the gardens. You got a shady place to rest, take a stroll through the lush gardens, cool off shades, gardens pleasure, making the Texas Centennial. I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful area to view on some of the stuff. Um, okay, we don't need to get in that. That's educational things. But here's some things that you can do. If you're planning a visit, you can always plan on tours in that for the Alamo. You've got for exclusive benefits who preserve the historical site. Currently become a friend of the Alamo member, whatever level of attention you're looking for and desired. Um, you've got Remember the Alamo guided tour, which is right here you can see $45 for adult. Child is 12 and under is 12. It's $35. It includes the guided tour, Alamo exhibit, and Alamo church entry. Um, which is quite interesting. You do have a lined in the sand self guided experience, which is a $20, $18 for children that are 12 and under. It includes an audio tour, Alamo exhibit, and the Alamo church entry. It's a complete A line in the sand self guided experience with the Victory or Death audio tour. Obviously, you would Ray Benson entry into the Alamo exhibit, and you would pretty much get to walk that. Really? And I don't know. And you know what? I almost would think that's probably true. Out of respect, out of the respect for what they did there at the Alamo, it's not surprising. You also do got the Alamo exhibit, which is $14 for adults, $10 for children 12 and under. Again, with the last entry at 4 p.m. This is an experience the collector's journey at the Alamo exhibit. The Rothstone Family Collection Center, view the Phil Collins collection, including the Battle of the Alamo diorama featuring his narration. Obviously, explore the artifacts of Donald and Louisiana Spanish colonial collection. Engage with inner exhibits and more free admission for the friends and of the Alamo members. Of course, you do got for $10 you can do the Victory or the Death audio tour, which narrated by the country music singer and actor and nine-time Grammy Award Ray Benson from Asleep at the Wheel. This is 45 minutes, and it brings the story of the Alamo to life. So these are just some of Alamo Church free entry. Experienced the iconic established as a mission. It later became a military stronghold for the Texans. And to me, that would be a sacred place for those that gave their life. You do need, for all these, you do, I mean, some of these you want to reserve. Some of the, well, now, one of them is add to the visits. And for this, you got the Stars and Stripes Salute VIP experience. Oh, this is for Friday, July 5th. It's $100 adult, $75 for children 12 and under. Obviously, it is the escape, the heat, and the crowds during Stars and Stripes Salute with our VIP. Enjoying the evening with the Alamo curator, including my private after-hours access to the Alamo exhibit, a selection of patriotic artifacts on display for one night only, premium amenities, and preferred. Something interesting. Yeah, it's considered sacred, so I can understand why they would said no pictures. They do now Thursday, July 11th. So if you guys ever plan on going down there, like during the July, they do seem to have. This is an adult 65, 50 for children 12 and under. It includes a guided tour, Alamo exhibit, Alamo church entry. It's an exclusive experience after hours. Join the guided tour on Thursday, July 11th at 6 p.m. when the Alamo is closed to the public. Led by the Alamo history interpreter, the tour explores the heroes and events that made the story of the Alamo. Now, that one to me would sound interesting because you're going to actually hear about the history and the captivating story of the lives and the heroes that were involved with the Alamo. So, and then you got your myths and legends. Again, that is a $65. It's a one-day thing. The most memorable stories are not always the truth. Did Travis draw a line in the sand? Did Bowie defend himself from his sick bed with pistols and a knife? Obviously this brought a lot. And again, I can throw into that some of the new myths that are coming out is did Davy Crockett actually survive the battle? And because I was actually watching this on the History Channel, and they were actually talking about did Davy Crockett actually. They were pointing out some things that it could actually say, and it was some letters or something that they found or found that actually said that maybe Davy Crockett survived, but was killed a few days later after the battle. So this would be a good one. So again, it deals with the myths, legends, and tall tales that you constantly hear when you got battles like this, and you got with the mystique history of this place, you are going to have a lot of myths and conspiracies on these things, which makes it the more interesting, considering that you had Travis was known from the Alamo, but you had David Bowie, who was known for the creating of the Bowie knife. You had David Crockett, who was a Tennessee. His legend is I don't have to tell you about David Crockett. Everybody knows about the legend and the history of David Crockett, all the way from Tennessee to everything that he did. For $59, you can get a San Antonio City Pass, which is a sightseeing. Okay, so it's a sightseeing in San Antonio with easy purchase, 30 to the top 4 San Antonio attractions, including the Alamo exhibit at the Ralston Family Collections Center, Alamo Church. Visit the attractions at your own pace in any order over a 9-day period. So, and of course, then if you want to become a member and help a member, which the money goes towards help preserving the Alamo, that's a good thing. So you do got private tours, you got upcoming events, you got private events. Let's see what we got on this cam. That's the new area that I think they're building right there. Safeguarding the Alamos. Okay, so that's talking about the monument that honors the thing. Again, again, just because of the Alamo, it is the history of things, and I mean, I know I like it. I mean, obviously, you can see the different pictures of, and I'm sure they probably might do some of the hands-on demonstrations, Alamo exhibits. The Alamo Church. So, I mean, obviously, you're going to see statues of the history. You're going to get to see the 18-pounder cannon. There is a lot to do at the Alamo, and it is just a tremendous part of the history. It is part of something that has helped form this country, and things. So, I mean, to me, this is one of the National Historic Sites that you would definitely want to go visit, especially if you get to San Antonio, Texas, especially if you're a history buff. Maybe you're a history buff of Davy Crockett. Maybe you're just a national park person that loves it. I can't say enough about it. It's again, each week as I'm trying to bring these parks to you, I'm just trying to bring them to people's attention, and let's not forget about what the real history of this country is and things like that. And it sure is, Jill, and I fully agree with you on that. It is just tremendous and amazing. It's something that eventually I do want to do as soon as I can get everything put together and get everything done that I need to do. But anyways, all right, guys, we're going to do two things here. We will be back in 2 and 2. This is the Cantrell Country Travelway. I'm the agent and owner, David Cantrell. If you're looking to travel through the U.S. national parks or maybe to the waterways from beaches to ocean cruises, let the Cantrell Country Travelway help you find your magical vacation. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So if you are looking to travel and you're new to my channel, again, I am David Cantrell. I am the agent and owner of the Cantrell Country Travelway. If you are looking to travel, or if you have questions, or you maybe need help getting reservations made for whatever you're planning, reach out to me. The description links are in the bottom of the video. You'll find the links to my Facebook page, which has a link. There is a direct link to my agent profile travel page where you can reach out to me by email or phone number and call me direct. I will get back with you. Just reach out and all that. Also, guys, we're still planning on, don't forget this Friday, we are planning, this is on my other channel. For those that are in the Disney community, know I'm still planning on, unless something happens or the weather is inconsistent, I am planning on trying to get to Disney Springs and then you go see Yeehaw Bob, at least see one of his shows. So on Friday night. And that is on the Space Mountain Dave Cantrell channel. Yeah, and from what Jill is saying, it sounds like you can get a good hotel right in that area, and you'd probably be within central of all that stuff to do. So that makes for an interesting. That does make for an interesting thing. And thank you, Debbie, for putting the link in there. But yeah, so I mean, obviously it's Debbie, you're on top. You are on the ball. Thank you, Debbie. Yes, don't forget tomorrow. Now, don't forget, guys. So, don't forget. I also got tomorrow night at 6:00. At 6:00, Dave's Vacation Oasis on Tuesday, and then on Thursday. Wrong one. On Thursday at. Now the time is wrong on this. The show will be at 6:00. We'll be doing our Cantrell Country Travelway. These are all the shows on this channel during the week. And then obviously we are back on the Space Mountain channel doing the other show, guys. Galaxy Chat at 3:00. So make sure you guys come join us. Really, Joe? Yeah, there's something about it. So I mean, if I had to specifically pick, there's two places I want to go to in Texas. Galveston, because that's near one of the military naval bases is Galveston. And then you do got San Antonio because of the Alamo. I'm glad you're enjoying this stream, Mary. Glad you came in. Glad you were able to come in tonight and enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, so there, and that's the thing. And I know I've gone over San Antonio on my Thursday night show, I believe. because I know we just finished up the Bahamas, and I'm not sure where we were going. I think, well, no, I think this week we were going back to Hawaii this week to cover some of the Hawaii stuff for the traveling adventures. So all right, guys. Well, with that, there's not much more to say except that don't forget tomorrow night. Come join us at 6 o'clock for Dave's Oasis Vacation or Dave's Vacation Oasis. Um, Not sure what we'll be talking about, but I will figure it out. Oh, well then, see, we need to get you on here, Jill, so you can help us talk about it. Because we'll probably, I know with so many islands, it'll probably take a couple of weeks just to just talk about Hawaii for a couple of weeks on Thursdays. So, John, welcome in, buddy. We was just talking about we just wrapped up on the Alamo. We are now talking about what my Thursday show is going to be talking about. Our Thursday show, we're going to be talking about Hawaii. Yeah, did did Jill? I got to ask though, did you get any major damage to it from all those fires that were on there on Maui? Because I know Maui is a very beautiful island, as well as Oahu and the Big Island itself of the island of Hawaii. Um, okay, so you guys, your home was pretty much safe then. That's good to hear. Yeah, I know you mentioned it before, but I couldn't remember, so wanted to re-ask. We do, and I do got to do some things tomorrow. I am going to be trying to reach out to a couple of on my cruise lines to see if I can't get them to come and share some things about the cruise lines and do some interviews. Oh, I am each. No, I said Maui. Maui. I didn't say Maui. I don't know what Maui's doing. Probably preparing probably preparing for that show on Sunday with those silly characters that were on earlier this afternoon. But on Hickam Field. Well, nobody told you to get stuck on Hickam Field for 8 hours. But that's the military for you. You never know what's going. You never know what's going to happen, John. I'm assuming when you're saying a C-141, those are big cargo planes. I know that. Yeah, that would be that would not be comfortable on those C-141s. Yeah, see, I want to do some of that stuff. See, would you be interested to come in on Thursday, Jill? If you can. Understand if you can't, but I'm going to open up that if you want to come in and share some of your experiences from Hawaii, I know the people would love to hear it. No, John. Well, wait a minute. Who got to hold the straws? See, next time you got to make sure that you cut them all up and make sure you got the winning straw. Yeah, I kind of figured that. I'm not expecting too many people in here. I may revisit it. I may revisit on canceling Thursday night. I may recancel Thursday night because a lot of people will be doing fireworks and everything else. So yeah, poor John, Debbie. That's what I say. Yeah. I may cancel it for this week and reschedule it a week from Thursday. Or I may just come in and do something. You know what? Maybe I'll reschedule Hawaii. I'll do something else on Thursday that's small. Yeah, you're living the fishing trips, John. No, I wish I could say I could do that. Well, at least you're getting to live. At least you're getting to live the dream, John. So maybe I might do a special. Maybe I might do a Fourth of. Oh, nice, John. That actually, excuse me. That actually would be cool. Okay, maybe I'll schedule. I'll postpone Hawaii. I'll do a different show on Thursday evening. I'll do something different on Thursday. How you guys all like the back breach ground? Because I do got to work on some cruise lines this week. Well, one thing for sure is when you're with us, Debbie, it's always a good dream. Sometimes the dreams can get a little rough. Holy mackerel. Wowzer. Serious, Joe? Woo! Yeah, if you're going to see an octopus, just look for Ursula. She's got those tentacly octopus legs. Just look for Ursula. Squashy little things. I hope those lobsters had. I hope the claws were lobsters. I hope those lobsters had tape around its claws. Yes, that was definitely good advice from Jill. Appreciate every day that we've got because as bad as some of our days we think we have, somebody can have a worse day, worse than us. So that is true. That's good advice. Yeah, I'm betting it was Jill. I'm glad the claws were tied up because those things, whew, holy mackerel, they clamp on. They clamp on. Maybe true. Maybe it was. Hmm. Well, I to me, sharks are still not dangerous. Hmm. But yeah, you still have to be careful around the sharks. That's for sure. All right, guys, been fun hanging out, but I know there's some better people going on right now. Um, I need to reach out to some marketing people. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Oh yeah, those hammerhead sharks can be just as dangerous. You definitely gotta be careful with it. Yeah, that would be scary. Don't mess with whales. Actually, don't mess with any scary sharks. But am I live tomorrow? Yes, I am at 6 o'clock for Dave's Oasis or Dave's Vacation Oasis. Yep, we'll be on the Oasis tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. But I'm actually going to start working on some things because I really want. I've got some. Oh, nice. Yep, cool. I don't know what will be. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure exactly what the topic will be for tomorrow. But hey, Jerry, welcome. Good to see you, buddy. Always good to see you. Yeah, well, I would be cooking hot hamburgers outside too, except we've been actually getting some storms in the afternoon. We've actually been getting some nice steady rain this week over the last couple of days. So it's been pretty cool in the evening times, which has been nice. But, but I hope you have some good. Oh boy, do I feel sorry for you, Jill. I gotta try to figure out. Gotta try to figure out how to. Ours is a wet heat when it does. Our problem is with our humidity is when it's we got most of the moisture humidity, and when the moisture is way up, it definitely sends our um Wow. Um, I hope everybody is doing good tonight. I hope you're all feeling good, and make sure you guys take care of yourself over this 4th of July week. Don't push yourselves. Keep good. Have time fun. Have a fun time with your families. Uh, well, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm not far behind some of you guys. I turned 54 this year, and believe me, with the work I do, I have my days. I feel those days. So I mean, I'm not quite there, but I do have days where my legs are killing and my back is killing from the work I do. So, oh, John. Anyways, well, I hope you guys will join us tomorrow night. Jill, I'll reach out to you if you can do a week from um, what is it? The 4th is on that. If you can come on the 11th, I'll start Hawaii on July 11th if you're available. Just let me know. Well, that's a good thing, Jill. Listen, my mom, we tried to get. Some people are lucky that way, and if you're still going, that's good. Well, enjoy it, Mary. Stay young as long as you can. Unfortunately, okay, but yeah, because like I'm reaching out to one of my trying to reach out to one of the cruise lines now. I turned 54 in November. Well, okay. No, that understood. The show's not till 6 o'clock, so if you can make it, you can. If you can't, that's fine too. Because I think it'll probably be a 2 or week 3 thing. So if you miss one of the weeks, that's okay. Um, I'll probably be doing it. It'll probably turn into a 2 or 3 week thing. I'm November 14th, turned 54. So I'm getting to my middle 50s. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, just let me know. Um, if you can, I'll send you the link real quick. And even if the show has already started and you can join late, that works. But don't push yourself. Um, oh, jeez. John, John, John. Yeah, everybody in here seems to be a fall. Sorry, guys, I'm actually kind of trying to work up on reaching out to Carnival. Okay, sounds good. And again, don't push it. Get home safe, and if you can't make it, that's okay. All right, John. Have a good night. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'm trying to reach out to. I'm starting to reach out to some of my. I actually want to bring in some of my cruise line people on Tuesday nights. So be on the look. Like if you love to travel on cruises, then you'll want to be here because I'm actually working on. I'm hoping to have some people from Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and some of the other ones to come in on a and do maybe an interview with me and be able to show some things on some of the Carnival lines if you really love to do cruises. So, but any guys, well, guys, I hope you guys had a good time. It's been fun just chit chatting here for a while. I know Steve is going on right now. Go make sure you go check out Steve's World. He's a great guy. And then I believe Dad Build will probably be going on later after that. Yeah, I'm working on it. I haven't done the Howland trailing yet. I completed Carnival. I've completed Royal Caribbean. I'm working on Howland right now. Um, I'm working on Howland and Kernad, and then I'm going to do Seabourn and or is it Howland that I haven't done yet? I have to really look. It's one of the. Oh, it's Princess that I'm. It's Princess that I'm actually doing that. Oh, well, we might have to get you in on some of these and have you share some of your experiences on the cruises, because I'm going to start concentrating on the cruises on Tuesday nights for a while. If I can get some of these people to come on and from the different companies and that. So with that, guys, I hope y'all have a great evening. Hopefully we'll see you in here tomorrow at 6 o'clock for Dave's Vacation Oasis, or yeah, Dave's Vacation Oasis tomorrow night at 6. Have a Well, maybe you might get to hear a little bit more about it, Jill, because I'm going to reach out to tomorrow. I'm going to reach out to. I'm going to email Carnival tonight. I'm going to reach out to Royal Caribbean tomorrow and see if I can get at least a couple of some of those people to maybe come in that'll reach out to me and maybe do a show. So some of these May shows, depending on when they can do it, if they can do it. But so it should be a fun time with those. So with that, have a great evening, guys. Have a great rest of the week. And again, make sure you guys stay safe and all that for the 4th of July. Have fun. We'll see you in the chats across, whether it's in Pete's chats, Dad Builds chats, Steve's chats. May everybody have a great evening and have a great Tuesday, guys. Bye-bye.